The sky was still full of stars, shining brilliantly as I climbed to Yushan main peak just before dawn. The dim light shimmering at the eastern foot of the great mountain probably came from small towns in Hualien. The black curtain in the east gradually rose to reveal a sky splashed with gray, blue, orange, and purple. Emerging from behind Mount Shoguluan, the sun began to shine clearly and brightly. Standing atop Yushan main peak, I experienced the thrilling delight of being on the roof of Taiwan. As a symbol of Taiwan's spirit, climbing Yushan has long been an aspiration and source of pride for the Taiwanese. Looking down from the summit of Yushan, one can see the broad Jianan Plain in the west, Mount Nanhu to the north, the East Coast mountain range rising from the east, and Mount Dao down to the south. It's as though the whole of Taiwan can be seen in one glance, and from up here, the island seems to become smaller. With a chain of looming wave-like peaks, Yushan National Park is famous for her mountain scenery, including the Yushan Range and the south section 2 of the Central Mountain Range. In fact, about 30 of Taiwan's top 100 peaks are located in Yushan National Park. Among them are Yushan Main Peak and Mount Shoguluan, 2 of Taiwan's 5 sacred mountains, Yushan East and South Peaks, Mount Mabolasi and Mount Guan, 4 of Taiwan's 10 major summits, and Mount Dafunjian, one of the island's famous 3-pointed mountains. The existence of such high mountains is proof of dynamic geological processes and erosion over the eons.
During the summer of 1931, I spent a total of 72 days climbing in the Yushan area. With wave upon wave of high mountain peaks laid out before me, I indulged myself in the beauty of Yushan's many-layered eminences. This extraordinary landscape, created by nature, left me standing in silent astonishment. It was a world of mountainous purity that hadn't been disturbed since primordial times.
To us hikers, rainy days are the most distressing times while in the mountains. When the rain descends, the beautiful scenery begins to fade, dampening the spirits of hikers. However, we should be grateful for rainy days in Yushan. Water is the source of all life on Earth. Falling as rain from the sky, water becomes mountain runoff and gradually forms into streams and rivers. This rain runs down to become the Zhuoshui, Xiuguluan, and Gaoping rivers, which together nourish a large part of the land and population of Taiwan. From the summit of Yushan, it's possible to see the Laonong River flowing southwards. The river has the most extensive drainage in Yushan National Park and is also associated with some very memorable stories.
It never crossed my mind that the hidden river valley below Batongguan Trail concealed such pristine beauty. Magnificent stone cliffs, astonishing waterfalls, deep ponds inhabited by lurking sprites, untouched primeval wilderness, and the splashing sounds made by animals crossing streams are all part of the breathtaking natural beauty of this region. Kano Tadao, summer of 1931.
Why is there always such a chill in the high mountains? Why is the mountain air always so thin? Walking on the crumbling and precipitous mountain trails, the endless rises and falls make me weary. Although sometimes I regret climbing in the mountains, my thirst to return to them never diminishes. Why do people from the civilized world tend to be pressed for time? Because they've been away from the mountains for too long and have lost their simplicity and cheerfulness. Although Yushan seems to be far from civilization, the developed world is never so very far away. In the foothills, glance into the distance, and perhaps Yushan will be visible in the distance.
A bright full moon rises high into the cloudless night sky. On this cold and frosty night, every living thing seems to be frozen stiff. A hush falls over the land. The pale white moonlight shines on forests and cliffs, making them glitter like carved crystals.
Sunlight shines through the leaves of trees, dappling me with soft light, warming my heart. Yes, the forest of Taiwan white fir on the summit of Yushan West Peak is truly beautiful. Looking from the mountains into the river valleys far below, the many dramatic changes in elevation in the Yushan area are apparent. In a very short distance, the terrain drops from peaks over 3,000 meters in height to streams just 300 meters above sea level. Variations in temperature create alpine, temperate, warm, and hot climates, each with its own distinct flora. The dense forests not only conserve water resources and protect the mountain slopes from erosion, but also provide habitats for a diverse range of wildlife.
Passing through forests of red cypress and Chinese white pine, the needle-like leaves lightly touch my face and body, as though trying to hug me. The hunter's trail winds through the forest. Following the path through the forest, the traveler's heart becomes tender and tranquil. The light rain gently sprinkles the forest and soaks into my soul, until my mind is as pure and cleansed as the rain.
Wow, sambar deer! Following the mountain trails, it's common for us to unexpectedly encounter wild animals, even if it's normally just the sight of their fleeing backs. Conservation programs have been successfully implemented in Taiwan, and all creatures in the Yushan area enjoy an optimal environment to thrive and flourish. In the mountains, it's easy to see sambar deer, Formosan Reeves muntjac, Formosan macaque, Formosan yellow-throated martin, Mikado pheasant, Alishan salamander, and other magnificent wildlife.
Oh, hiya, oh, do hiya, oh, hey.
The Bunun is a tribe of Taiwanese Aborigines living inside Yushan National Park. The high mountains have been their home for centuries, so they are expert hikers.